Hey guys, so today what we're going to do is we're going to open up the map we've been working on with all these examples in, and we're going to look at how to make transparent glass. Okay, so it's nice and easy, this one. What we're going to do is we're going to turn this little side room into a well, eventually I have an idea of maybe turning it into some kind of little security room for whatever this map will eventually turn into. So let's go to the texture browser, and I'm going to look for glass. So we've got all kinds of nice different glass here. I'm going to go for, let's go for just a basic one, this one, glass blue. Okay, right, so just finding it in the texture browser just kind of brings it up in the list here at the top. Nice list of recent textures, so it'll be easy to access when I actually need to use it. So what I'm going to do, I want to do the draw the window in here, kind of about there, like a nice long window. So what I'm going to do, the grid is already the scale's already been reduced. It was reduced last time, so what we're going to do is we're going to increase that scale because it'll make it a little bit easier to actually draw this window. So let's see. So if we have something like that, is that, let's have a look, is that too big? Is that just big enough? Or do we want to raise that? If we raise it, that seems too high. So what I am going to do, I'm going to decrease the scale a little bit. I'm going to drop that down, and I think that's probably about, yeah, that's probably about the size I want. So again, right click, I'm going to carve, and that seems to have done a nice job. So with the carving tool, you've got to be careful sometimes if you're carving with more complex shapes, like cylinders or wedges or things like that. I mean, I'll go through that in future videos, but it's pretty safe to carve in squares, rectangles with other squares and rectangles. Alright, so decrease the grid size again because we want this glass to be, we want it to be thick, but we don't want it to be too thick. There we go. Okay, and right. So we've got glass texture applied. What we're going to do, you see all this null texture here because we carved it. Carved that wall. We need to get some trim, some texture there on it. Maybe some kind of trim. Say, I mean, I could just use that. For now, does that work? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Right. So one of the good things about Jack, and it's one of the reasons I actually prefer it over Valve Hammer Editor, is that it actually updates the 3D view with things like transparency.
What the hell is going on with our equipment?
Okay, so my Jack just crashed there. It seems to have saved before. Right. So we want to go on to type to func wall entity. We want to actually turn it to as texture. Go to FX amount here. Now the amount you put in is 1 to 255. If we put in let's say half, if we go 125, as you can see the 3D view automatically updates. And that's one of the things that, one of the features that I actually like in Jack. It's one of the things that actually kind of won me over in Jack compared to Valve Hammer Editor, because you had to kind of, we had to compile the level and run it in Half-Life to actually see the effect, and here it just does it straight away. Now this is just one type of window you could do. By tying it to a func wall, as you can see down here the entity it's tied to, you can see in here as well it says, but by tying it to a func wall it makes it indestructible. Okay, so if you want to have breakable glass, if you want to have a window, what we want to do, we want to move, so you see here you've got tied to entity and move to world. Clicking on move to world removes that entity and it turns it just into a normal brush. So what we want to do, move it to the world, and then we go to func breakable. Now this is what we want if we want it to be glass. And you can set the strength, so I don't know, let's set it to 5, to also have glass. So we still need to set the render mode to texture, we want it to be 125 again. And this way you've still got that transparency, but you can break it. And what I'm going to do, just so we can test it out, I'm actually going to drop a little crowbar into the game. So over here you've got the light bulb. This is entity creation tools. You click on that, go to the right hand side here, and we're just going to find, the crowbar. There, player item. Here we are. Okay, so player starts here. Let's drop it just down there, and again you can see it in the game. The other thing I'm going to do as well, I'm just going to set up a little basic light in that new room that we've created, or that we created last video. Right, so let's give that a little test. Option, okay. So well, there we go. That broke pretty quickly, considering it was strength 5. You probably need to up it quite a bit if you want it to be a bit tougher. But it's quite interesting the things you can do in the Half-Life engine. Alright. So there you have it, guys. That's a very quick and simple tutorial on how to do glass, either indestructible or breakable. I think with this one I am actually going to keep it as indestructible. There we go. Quite a thick wall as well, so I might edit that, but again, that can be for a future video when we start kind of detailing, adding a bit of detail to this map, if it becomes anything. Alright guys, enjoy and catch you in the next video.